And we're back on the Trifecta Live on WICR with our album review of the week segment, where we will be reviewing the critically acclaimed, not critically acclaimed because the critically panned, but the general public, I don't know. So it's mixed.
The long awaited.
We've been talking about it since this semester began.
Since last year, actually.
Since last year. On August 6, 2014, the man revealed that this would be the album. This is Drake's Views. Not from the 6, but Views. So, this album came out to everybody last Friday. We had the pleasure of hearing it when it came out, but barely because we were like occupied. We were at a party. I bought the album with my iTunes gift card. I had to. I was gonna support Drake because obviously that it wasn't gonna be on Spotify anytime soon, or like as physical CD, because they don't do that no more.
He's actually gonna have his highest, actually one of the highest sales weeks in hip hop history. He sold 600,000.
Yeah.
And that's 630,000 the first day. And man, like,
how much?
630,000 the first day. And it's projected he's gonna sell about like 1.2 million this week.
Wow.
Which is like Eminem. Which is like Eminem. It's like that's actually like top 5 highest first week sales of all time.
And I was thinking about that.
Hip hop history.
Do you think it's gonna beat because I know the Marshall Mathers LP 2 was
They got 1.3.
Yeah, do you think it's gonna beat that?
That's not gonna beat that. But
Why you say that?
that's a lot higher than was projected. I can stand. Eminem got that because like he first of all, it was the time where everybody bought rap albums, and also he had a monstrous like buzz behind him.
Oh no, I'm talking about the second one.
The
second one. Because I know the second one did sell some good numbers too.
The second one sold about 950,000 the first. No, actually no, it sold 950,000 the first week.
Yeah, so you think he's gonna beat that?
Yeah, well, yeah. I think he's like Drake will either come to a million or close to a million.
Okay. All right then. So let's just like hop right into it. Honestly, I went into it with kind of sort of low expectations because I didn't know what direction he was gonna go in based on the singles. Like we got different singles. We had Pop Style. We had One Dance, which One Dance was actually one of my favorite tracks before the album came out. I actually really enjoyed it. Pop Style I wasn't a fan of. We stated it in the show. Actually, the day it came out, that we weren't really fans of it. But then he also had Controller under his belt, but nobody really knew if it was gonna be on the album or not. It was actually a different version featuring Pop.
It was a leak song.
Yeah, it was leaked.
And no one was really everybody was saying, okay, Controller, it's I'll count leaked tracks. So I'm just like, okay, it's not fully finished. You don't know if it's gonna be in the album or not. Yeah. So you can't really count that. Now when I heard Pop Style and One Dance, I was like, oh man, like I was like disappointed. Granted, like One Dance, I like One Dance, like to an extent, but like Pop Style was not good. It was like Kanye was saved it because Kanye was funny and stuff, and he had like because Drake had the struggle bars. His flow was pretty good. Honestly, like the beat and the flow were good. The lyrics sucked. Then Jay-Z had like 2 lines
Channing
on it.
Tatum.
Yeah, like it was just some struggle bars. So I was like really hoping, okay, this should not be in the album. And then when I saw it on the album, I was like, oh man, like I'm not looking forward to this album. That's like this is like the whole build to the album.
Yeah, these are little things that will build up to the album, So with that mindset, I didn't really know where Drake was going with this album.
Granted, he dropped 2 different albums right before this album.
Yeah,
and What a Time.
Yeah, and like from there, I didn't, at that point, I didn't know exactly where he would go. I didn't know if he's gonna continue what he did on If You're Reading This, but take it to a higher extent, or continue the future wave, so to speak, like emulate that on Views. I didn't know where Drake was going, so my expectations were pretty low. But honestly, I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna turn this. Drake actually came out with a great album. A great album, and I really enjoy Views a lot. So with that being said, let's just like give track by track. Let's get it.
All right, so starting off from
Keep the Family Close.
Yeah, Keep the Family Close. It has like honestly, what I told Pride, it has like a great Gatsby kind of feel, like a great
also
Gatsby.
James Bond too.
James Bond.
Yeah.
I like the drums and stuff like that. I really like the way it starts off. It comes in really cinematic. I thought it was different from what he usually does.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, I'm actually. And I listened to it, by the way. This isn't me after listening to it 4 times.
Yeah.
This is my critical 4th time listening through every detail, well, almost every detail review. So I was like, wow, this is something different. I like it. You know, he has some struggle bars on
Wait,
here.
wait. Paris, pause that. You said you liked it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Because I remember last week I said that if you did like it, you'd have to give me $20.
Yeah, sure. Okay, but anyways, like he has some struggle bars on here, which is kind of common throughout. But besides some of the struggle bars, he was pretty much sticking to like the singing and stuff. It wasn't that bad. So I like the way it started off.
Yeah, and again, that track to me, it really, like, when I first heard it, I automatically loved it. When I heard it on my own, got to, you know, get the vibes and my own vibes in it, and it was a great track. I love Drake's storytelling on this album. Let me just tell you that's definitely a highlight in my book. It's something that I definitely stated on the previous episode of Traffic Alive, where I wanted Drake to get back on, you know, just making us feel something, as in, like, you know, telling stories again. And this is one of those tracks that I feel like he's channeling a little Motown on here, about, you know, like Stevie Wonder, Marvin Gaye, so to speak, on this one track here. So I think it was a different intro. It was different. I didn't expect that at all. It was really great track to me.
To me, nah, but to me, yeah, you guys pretty much said everything that, you know, that I feel about the first song. On top of that, you know, one thing that I kind of did like and kind of stood out to me was the fact that it was like a perfect intro to a story. So with that being said, you know, even when you listen to the next song, like, it kind of like falls into it.
And that would be 9.
Mm-hmm.
So 9, when I first heard 9, I was really, I thought it was really corny. I did not like 9 up until maybe, I think yesterday. Like, I really wasn't feeling 9 at all. I thought the whole, you know, turn the 6 upside down to 9, that was very corny.
It's still corny.
It's still corny to me,
Mm-hmm.
and that really just, like, I didn't really take anything out of the song. But, like, if I listen, like, because I've listened to it, like Matt said, a good 4 times, even probably more than 4 times. It's really grown on me. I really like the production behind it. The sampling is great. It's the Mavado and Serrani sample.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that as well.
It's not like a crazy introspective lyrical. It's just a song that's just there, but it's enjoyable. It's not something you're gonna like pop a bottle of champagne over. It's not gonna define his entire career. It's something you can listen to.
Yeah, it's a fun.
That goes for a lot of the first, like, few tracks. Like, well, You With Me.
You With Me is top.
I liked a lot.
Yeah, it's probably one of my favorite joints.
I love the opening DMX sample. I think that his flow switch up was really different. He really evolved on that track, and that's what really started to. That's the first track I really liked. That's the first track I like. Wow, I like this track.
Especially when when he does the break, he says a lot of people cut the check so they could take this flow. When I heard that, I was like, all right, that's it. This is just where the album picks up, because, oh my man, those vocals, like, Drake has really improved on his vocals.
Well, the album, when I see the album as it picks up and then it comes down, and then it's a pickup and it has a come down a few times in the album. I say that I Feel No Ways is more of a come down track, which I like a lot, and then going right into Hype, which is like a claim, like everybody likes Hype. Hype is that was like Worst Behavior done right, in my opinion.
No. I always wanted to ask you this. Like, what do you mean by Worst Behavior done right?
Worst Behavior, in my opinion, was really corny. It was really forced. It wasn't him. And I feel like Hype was like him overly trying to, like, yeah, I'm a hood.
Okay.
Because Worst Behavior is trying really hard to be hood and be gangster and do his flow that wasn't like his. And like now, like, I feel like on Hype, that was like the track that had the most like non-struggle bars, like the most amount of quality bars, and it sounded like it was an evolved flow, and the production was good. It was a Hype track.
Yeah, so I guess
executed correctly.
I agree with you. I feel like now that you explained that like well now, I feel like Hype is like a graduated version of what he was trying to execute on Nothing Was the Same with all those Hype tracks, you know. And if you're reading this, I think it's a gradual. Like, he's finally found that flow to be natural, and he's actually worked with it, took it to make his own. And another track, man, Western Road Flows, which is the next track.
Yeah. I find this personally to be the best song in the entire album, because the Mary J. Blige sample.
It was love at first sight.
I mean, granted, you still have some of the struggle Drake bars, like, you know, I get green like Earth Day. stuff like that. But besides that, like I feel like they should have closed the album out in my opinion, because I feel like I like the stream of consciousness in this song. It's really good. It has that really like this ambient, like atmospheric feel to it. That's what I really liked about it. So I feel like What's the Real Flow is the best track.
It's really good listening to this song when you're on the road, when you're cruising.
Honestly,
like when I'm on my way home, like I always put on Western Road Flows, and like it's just like the feel, the tone of the song is like kind of like gives me that tunnel vision when I'm just like driving around, and it is a good feel, it's like you get carried away by, it's like you're just one with the wind. That's the best way I can put it, to just let it flow, and it's like
Western Road Flows.
Yeah, it's like a good vibe.
Honestly, that's like that's that 10 out of 10 track, one of the 10 out of 10 tracks on the album. And like Matt's previously said, there are come downs in the album, and the next come down is actually Redemption. Yeah. Now let me tell you guys something about Redemption. I knew that there was a Ray J sample, the One Wish sample. To tell you the truth, guys, I could never locate it. And it took me until today to figure it out, because it was like one of those samples, those video samples where they say, oh, this is where this was sampled. And I finally found out where it was sampled. It's actually in the very beginning. The beat is just really slowed down, and it has the the underwater thing that OVO likes to do with samples.
Reverb?
Yeah, the reverb thing that they do.
No, they add a lot of wet reverb to their samples and stuff. Honestly,
I didn't know where it was, but wow.
Yeah, Redemption is a really mellow track. I feel like the end of it was like really like what made it sound for me. The rest I could like do away with, but the ending of the way it ended with the rap verse, 300, but from the 3 minute and 40-second mark onward, that's what really did the album for me. So I feel like I'm just gonna go in and name some of the tracks that stood out to me the most throughout the album, like from this point onward. Definitely, I would have to say like Faithful, the end with the vision, that was really good. Grammys, I really liked the Grammys because I feel like it's just a banger. Future kind of RKO'd him off the album.
He killed him.
He did.
He destroyed his career with that, man.
There's a Southside beat with some 40 production. Southside is a Future producer. Like Future just kind of cooked him on that song. Controller, I like more the One Dance. I feel like that should have been the first single. I really like the ambient feel Controller. It's really like infectious in my opinion. Pop Style is a slight improvement with Drake on it. I still think it's like there's some corny bars on there. Child's Play sounds good. Like when you listen to it, when you just hear it, it sounds good. The actual content of the song is pretty douchey.
It's pretty corny.
Well, not only is it corny, it's douchey. It's like about Drake. It's about Drake taking out this girl from the hood, and she doesn't really like live up to his like rich standards, and he has to take her back to the hood and stuff because she's kind of like whatever, all over the place. They're arguing about the Cheesecake Factory. Some Cheesecake Factory arguments going on. It's pretty hilarious. Wow, I thought that was pretty like. Fire Desire, I like the Brady sample in there. I thought it was really good. I love Fire Desire. Views, last track, I thought it was good. It wasn't a closer to me. I thought it was like all right. It didn't stand out that much to me. I think Hotline Bling, honestly, I think that's like one of the best songs in the album. Still, it's good closers in my opinion. But yeah, you guys going?
So I'm gonna get into it right quick. Following Redemption, I grew with you was growing on me, but it's still not one of my favorites. Faithful, definitely, like Matt said, the Vision feature on there, his high, his vocals at the end, chilling.
It gives it that
goosebumps,
that weekend, feel a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know about that, but it was really chilling. Like that. His division.
In my opinion,
Yeah, his vocals were like powerful to me. Still Here is actually one of my favorite tracks on that album. I feel like it's the Diamond in the Rough. It's definitely one of those tracks that you have to listen to more and it'll grow on you. Controller, like Matt said, I do think it's actually a better song. It's actually growing on me as the better song between One Dance. One Dance I still think is a great single to me. It's everything a single should be, very upbeat, tropical, like those vibes that he was trying to go for. Grammys, we already said it. Future murdered him. I don't know why. I'm still figuring. I still want answers to that. I still want answers. I still want these answers. Child's Play, the subject matter is kind of, but the beat, the production at the end is really good to me. I thought the sample at the end was really good. Pop Style, slight improvement, like Matt said. I'm happy that Drake came and salvaged the song for what he could do. with
a
great.
little salty on there. Give a real homie a number 1, even though I got like 21. Like, well, Panda still got you beat. He never had number 1, but Designer did with his only song, so it's not a little salty.
But I don't know. I still think on pop. Like I like pop style a lot more. The beat always was something that I appreciated. But thank you for salvaging the song with decent verses at least. Then Too Good. Like this song is the one song that it's not bad, but it's just not my favorite. I'm gonna say that.
It's just there.
It's just there. You know, it's there for people that love dance high and work. A lot
of songs on this album were really just there. Like,
a lot of some. Oh, but you forgot Summer's Over Interlude.
No.
Oh, that's a great.
That's one of my favorites right there. Shout out to Majid, man.
Majid killed it.
Thank you, Majid, for that. Honestly, like when Summer's over, I'm gonna be like Semester's Over Interlude in a couple of like days, but. That was a great track. Fire and Desire, that Brandy sample. Yes. Thank you, 40, for that. Honestly. Dedicate Part 2. Great job. And Views to me was a great outro. Now I will say it. I don't know if Matt said it already, but I think Western Road Flows would have been a great outro. You said that already, or not?
Yeah.
I think everything would have been a great outro as well. I think Views would have been a great intro.
Yeah, man, we both got a mutual agreement that Views would have been a good intro. And Western Road Flows would have been a good outro.
And of course that crazy like joint that I've never heard before, Hotline Bling, great bonus track. I wish he released it as a single. But Jeremy, you got anything to say before we wrap this up?
Well, for me, what I really like about the album was the order that he put from Controller to like in a way to Fire and Desire. The only thing is I didn't like that I feel like Pop Style does not belong there. I feel like it should have been played after I could say Faithful is still here, one of those two, but because when you listen to Controller, it gives you that drive, it's a good song, let me dance and this and that, because it has that reggae feel, that it has that dance hall flow that when people dance reggae and dance hall, they tend to have a good time, I'm not gonna lie. And then continuing on with One Dance, One Dance is just like a hype beat that is just like really good, to just really pretty much have a good drink and just have a good time with your friends. That's how I see it. And then following with Grammys, like you both guys said, Future killed it. One thing is Future, I don't know why you had to switch the beat, but even though you switched it, you still killed it. And it's like, wow. I feel like if Drake would have done it, if Drake would have rapped when he switched the beat, I think it would have probably put the cherry on top of the cake. You feel me? Mm-hmm. And then following that Child's Play, I don't know what you guys don't see in Child's Play, but I really like the song. I feel like the
subject matter is just really douchey. It's just really like Drake plays his victim on all of his songs, and like right here he's just talking about like a girl from the hood and she's not rich enough.
That's a lot of the. What you just said.
Maybe the lyrics don't belong in this song, but I really like the production.
So you like the way it sounds? Like that's why I said I like the way it sounds. Is really good. Like the way it sounds is good, but the actual content.
Even when he's rapping on it, like not with the lyrics, just the flow. I feel like it goes well, but the lyrics, yeah, I kind of agree with you guys. I feel like he could have done a little bit better.
So real quick, since we're running out of time, unfortunately, I'm gonna ask you guys best and worst thing on Views. So I'm gonna start with Matt.
Honestly, the best thing on Views is probably the sampling, the production, Western Road Flows. But honestly, overall the production, I think the worst. I think the part that needs the most improvement is definitely the lyricism. The lyrics are just not there. The quotables are not there. The struggle bars are there. And I feel like he really does need like an improvement from. I think this was lyrically, even though I really enjoyed the album, it's a lyrical downgrade from his previous work. But and overall, I'll probably give it balancing everything out. I'll probably give it an 8 out of 10.
All right. Go ahead.
For me, the best thing was, I would say the fact that he took a good while to release this album. Like I feel like he put a lot of thought into this album, and that's why I feel like it's really good. The only bad thing I didn't like, to be honest, just how Hotline Bling is the last song. I feel like he could have put a different song because Hotline Bling was good when it was just a single. I feel like there was no need for him to add it on to the album.
Okay. Now, to me, I just feel like the best thing, obviously, to me, was the arrangement, the song production, how everything was made. Like 40 heavily on the production is something that I really wanted, and I'm happy that I got it. I'm happy that Drake was on his storytelling, reminiscing flow. I really enjoyed that a lot. And I guess maybe like one of the worst things for me had to, it's funny because I don't really know, to me it wasn't that bad like everybody's saying it to be bad, but if it had to be something, it'd be like some tracks that didn't really need to be on there. I feel like it was the album was a bit like had a lot of fat on it. It
was overstuffed. He could have honestly, if it was like 14 tracks and like more like lyrically refined, it could have been like a lot
more it would have been easily digested. It would have been like saccharine for a lot of people.
I don't think the Rihanna track had to be there. I don't think that the P&D track should have been there. I don't think that just a few tracks should have been. I think like you could have cut like 4 to Faithful. Like the division tape at the end.
Yeah.
Like certain things just needed to be there. I feel like for a 70-minute long album, that's like too much.
For anybody to really just digest and take in like that. I mean, but the thing is, like he said something like, I really want people to like digest the album. I don't want people to immediately say it's good or it's bad. It takes time. So, with that being said, I do give the album a strong 8. That's just me personally, but unfortunately, that's all the time we have for reviewing this album. And
one more thing. Yeah. And I want you guys to get on this too. Like, I feel like Drake he's evolving as an artist.
No doubt.
I don't think he would consider himself to be a rapper now. I feel like he's more of an artist. I don't know. What do you guys think?
In my opinion, I don't think he's evolving with this album. I feel like he kind of like
regressed.
Like regressed a little bit. I feel like he was evolving in 2015. He was really much like, even though I didn't like some of his music in 2015, he was evolving in this confident like persona of like, I'm the best. And for the first time, because Drake's always like wimpy and like people are hurting I gotta prove I'm a rapper, I'm an underdog. And for the first time in 2015, he was like, he was stunning on everybody. He was the man. Everybody loved him last year.
I'll say this
enough. I feel like now he's not really like, he's going back to the whole like, oh man, like my exes hurt me, and then like I'm the victim, and then like I have to prove I'm a rapper, and like I feel like he doesn't have to do that. I feel like if he just kept the 2015 wave going on this album, he would have been an evolved rapper.
And I'll say this, and I'll close with this. I still feel like I feel like all the things that happened previously in the summer of 2015, that we would have some clarity or some closure on that. Like these subjects would be tackled, and I feel like views kind of skewed away from talking about his issues with the rap game and everything that he's been going through, instead of just talking about it. Just really focused on the relationship issues, which isn't bad, but you would expect Drake to like tackle these.
And he also talks a lot. Like problem a lot of people are having lately is that he talks like almost on every single song
like
and
no
project
type of
about himself.
Yeah,
there's
it's
literally all about.
There's no skewing.
This is what I did this day. This is why I took shots with this guy. My ex did this to me. I'm doing this with 40.
But to be honest, like just like in the song, in Is You With Me? Like he made it, just like he said in the song, he made a career out of reminiscing.
That gets boring after a while. That does get boring.
I mean, but that's what people like.
Apparently not. People not liking the album.
To close this out, all I can tell y'all is listen for yourselves. With every listen, you find something new about the album. You'll find a new feeling with it. So that's the only thing I can tell y'all is to listen to that album.
Just listen to it with an open mind.
That's all the time we have to review this album. This is Trifecta Live on WICR. We'll check you for our very, very last.
We love you, our fans out there.